Liv Morgan's ex-girlfriend reacts to her stunning look on WWE RAW. Hello guys. Welcome to my channel, I am Elena. Have a nice day. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. For the first time since her shoulder injury back in June, Liv Morgan made her in-ring return last Monday on Raw. Morgan was sporting stunning ring attire, prompting a reaction from an ex-girlfriend. The name in question is CJ Perion. The first Raw episode of the year in Brooklyn, Morgan faced off against Lyra Valkyria in one-on-one action. The former Women's World Champion got the win after Roxanne Perez caused a distraction by attacking Bayley, who snapped and chased the Judgment Day member in a post on X, formerly known as Twitter. Morgan shared a photo of herself during her entrance for the match on Raw. She wore Dominic Mysterio-inspired attire, which was an ode to the currently sidelined Intercontinental and AAA Mega Champion Liv Morgan's ex-girlfriend and former WWE star Lana shared a 3-word reaction. For those who don't remember, Morgan was in an on-screen affair with Lana during her storyline relationship with Bobby Lashley. She even revealed herself to be Lana's lover during a wedding segment on Raw, though the storyline ended in about 3 months. Liv Morgan rumors heading into WrestleMania 42. After missing nearly half of 2025 with a shoulder injury, Liv Morgan seems to be in a position to have a huge road to WrestleMania 42. Reported that there are some rumblings within WWE to have Morgan as the centerpiece of the women's division on the grandest stage of them all. However, it's unclear if she'll be challenging for a championship or just a big rivalry match. In a separate report, Bodyslam.net heard from its source in WWE that the company is looking at a potential match between Morgan and Stephanie Vaquer, possibly for the Women's World Championship. Morgan's already connected to Vaquer in a way through Raquel Rodriguez, who attacked La Primera last Monday on Raw. Additionally, WWE also prefers a long-term feud between the two stars, so they could clash later this year rather than at WrestleMania 42. Liv Morgan jokingly pitched Oprah, as her ring name still gets called Oprah at WWEPC.live. Morgan is well established in her WWE career, using the name since 2014. Most who get signed by WWE are given the opportunity to pitch their ring name. Whether WWE uses the pitch or not is up to them. According to Morgan, she pitched a handful of names, but they were all rejected. Speaking to Stephanie McMahon on What's Your Story, Liv was asked about pitching the name Oprah. There is a little bit of lore behind it. I didn't just go full-on Oprah, said Liv. There is a little misconception here. What happened was, you get to the PC and they're like, what do you want to be called? You get to write a list of names. I had a list of names and they were like, none of these. I really wanted to not have a proper name. I didn't want it to sound like a government name. I wanted it to sound like a character. I wanted like Illy Milly, which I still stand by that. They asked for a second list. I give a second list and they're like, no. I give a third list. At the bottom, I'm being a little cheeky. These will do, or I'll settle for Oprah. For some reason, the Oprah stuck, and no one ever let me live it down. Sometimes, I'll still see Hunter, Triple H, and he'll be like, Oprah. When I was at the Performance Center rehabbing, they're like, Oprah. I was just trying to be cheeky, but it was the one thing everyone remembered. All that, to still not ever pick my name. You get a name, and you get a name, and you get a name. Not you, Liv. You don't get a name. Morgan returned to the ring for her first televised match since June 2025 on Monday's Raw, defeating Lyra Valkyria. If you use any of the quotes above, please credit and link to the original source with a HET and link back to Fightful for the transcription. I never kicked someone in the D*CK before. WWE star Liv Morgan makes a confession on her viral moment. WWE superstar Liv Morgan has been riding a massive wave of momentum since returning to the Stamford-based promotion. Recently, the Miracle Kid made an NSFW confession. Morgan made an appearance on What's Your Story with Stephanie McMahon. The episode isn't out yet as of the writing of this piece. However, to promote the episode, the billion-dollar princess shared clips of her conversation with the Judgment Day member on her official Instagram page, including one in which Liv talks about her return to the company at WWE Survivor Series War Games. She also confessed that she has never kicked someone in the D*CK before, while talking about attacking the Cenation leader. Here's what she said about the return and iconic Cena's heel turn recreation. Never in my life would I have thought that. I would have a moment where I am jumping into John Cena's open arms, wrapping myself around him while I have a boyfriend. That's what was so funny to me. 'Cause everyone was like, she turned on Dominic, shocking, but okay, and she is looking at John Cena weird. This was the part where people weren't understanding, they weren't getting it, they were like, what is she doing? Why is she smiling at him? She said, furthermore, the former women's world champion revealed her shocking recreation of Cena's iconic heel turn at Elimination Chamber and her giving him a low blow, which was also her first ever low blow. If you watch the online reaction, people are like, what are they doing? And then the face dropped, and they are like, oh, she is gonna do it. My eyes dilated too. I kicked him right in the wee-wee. And this too, I just gave everything. I never kicked someone in the DK before. This is like, bam. I went straight up. There's no discussion. I had just one job. Kick John Cena in the DK and hit him with the title, she said. Liv Morgan captured a big win on WWE RAW. The first edition of WWE RAW in 2026 saw Liv Morgan competing in her returning bout against Lyra Valkyria. The Miracle Kid showcased why she belongs at the top of women's as taking advantage of the Bird Lady's distraction due to Bayley and Roxanne Perez's brawl as Liv hit Oblivion and pinned the former women's Intercontinental Champion and captured the big win. Please credit the source and give an HT to Sportskita if you use any quotes from this. Major announcement. On Cody Rhodes, Rhea Ripley, Randy Orton, Liv Morgan, more Rhea Ripley, Cody Rhodes, Liv Morgan, Randy Orton, and several other WWE superstars have now been featured in a huge announcement. The date has also announced announced. Cody Rhodes, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Randy Orton, and others have a huge appearance coming up in WWE, and Fanatics have been in a partnership for quite some time. This has led to the regular promotion of Fanatics by WWE stars, and even by Triple H in recent months. Now, once again, the stars are set to appear at Fanatics Fest in New York City, and it's quite the lineup of stars making the appearance. Fanatics has announced several of the top main event level stars who will appear on the show. Of the stars appearing, Belair is the only star not cleared to wrestle. She has been away from in-ring action for quite some time since she was injured last year with her knuckle shattering. While it was expected she would return soon, she has stayed away. It's not certain when she can return, so this will be a big appearance for her. Cody Rhodes, Liv Morgan, and other WWE stars have become majorly popular. Currently, WWE is going through a boom period. The popularity of Cody Rhodes and other stars has also increased since the company shifted to Netflix. Rhea Ripley and other stars are beloved even outside the usual wrestling world, with several appearing elsewhere, including on TV shows and movies. With that being the case, the Fanatics appearance is set to be a big opportunity for fans. You quote, "Re-going to jail ASAP." Liv Morgan reveals why she got arrested. Liv Morgan's WWE career came close to ending when she got arrested in 2023. While it hasn't affected her career in any capacity, she recently revealed the reason behind her arrest. In December 2023, Liv Morgan was arrested for possession of cannabis. While she didn't face any serious charges and eventually got back on the road with the company, her mugshot went viral. But there were different stories at the time, which hinted at different reasons behind her arrest. In an appearance on What's Your Story, with Steph McMahon, the former women's world champion, revealed that she was going back from Orlando when she got arrested. The arrest primarily occurred due to the possession of a synthetic vape in her car, which is considered a felony in Florida. Morgan did not know if it was in the car, as it wasn't hers. Moreover, the amount of cannabis was not the main issue behind the arrest. So what happened with me was that I was driving from my eyebrow appointment in Orlando, and it was dark at night, and I couldn't see. So I was driving a little bit slower. So I got pulled over, and I did have a little bit of marijuana in the car. The issue was that someone left a synthetic marijuana vape in my car, and I'm not a battery girl. So the vape is a felony in Florida. If you have a synthetic marijuana vape, you're going to jail ASAP. Morgan said, "What's next for Liv Morgan?" Last year, Liv Morgan returned to the Stamford-based promotion following her shoulder injury and assisted Dominic Mysterio in winning the Intercontinental Championship from John Cena in San Diego. After her return, she focused on the women's division alongside Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez. According to recent reports, Morgan is heavily factored heading into WrestleMania 42 and will most likely have a singles match on the card. While the opponent is yet to be determined, she recently scored a win over Lyra Valkyria in her first singles match since June 2025. If you use quotes from the article, please credit What's Your Story with Steph McMahon and provide an HT to Sportskeeda Wrestling for the transcription. Liv Morgan reveals her low blow on John Cena was completely unscripted. Liv Morgan has revealed that her low blow to John Cena at WWE's Survivor Series War Games 2025 wasn't planned at all, and Cena didn't know it was coming. Speaking on Stephanie McMahon's What's Your Story podcast, Morgan broke down the now infamous moment that capped her surprise return from injury during the Intercontinental Championship match between Cena and Dominic Mysterio. While the spot looked carefully timed on television, Morgan explained that the confusion fans felt in the moment was very real and intentional. She started by describing how strange it felt to play up the misdirection, especially with the crowd trying to make sense of her actions. According to Morgan, the audience's confusion was part of what made the turn work. Never in my life would I have thought that I would have a moment where I'm jumping into John Cena's open arms, wrapping myself around him while I have a boyfriend. That's what was so funny to me, because everyone was like, she turned on Dominic, shocking, but okay, and now she's looking at John Cena weird. This was the part where people weren't understanding it. They weren't getting it. They were like, what is she doing? Why is she smiling at him? She said the change in crowd reaction happened in real time, right before the moment landed. Stephanie McMahon followed up by asking if the kick was legitimate, giving Morgan the opening to confirm just how real it was. If you watch the online reaction, people are like, what are they doing? And then the face drops and they're like, oh, she's gonna do it. My eyes dilated too. I really kicked him too. I kicked him right in the wee-wee. This too, I gave it my everything. I had never kicked someone in the DK before. This was like, bam, I went straight up. Then came the biggest reveal. The entire spot was done with no warning, and John Cena didn't even know about it. Liv said she had one assignment in her mind and ran with it, literally. There was no discussion. No like, hey John. I had just one assignment. Kick John Cena in the DK and hit him with the title. Say no more. Easy. The unscripted kick helped Dominic Mysterio pick up the win and left fans absolutely shocked. And now, knowing Cena didn't even see it coming, the moment takes on an entirely new meaning. Liv Morgan sends a 3-word message to Judgment Day member after sharing photos with real-life partner. Liv Morgan sent a 3-word message to her Judgment Day stablemate Roxanne Perez. After she shared multiple photos on Instagram, Morgan and Perez have developed quite a friendship since the former WWE Women's World Champion returned at the Survivor Series Premium Live event. The two have also been accompanying one another for their singles matches on Instagram. Perez shared multiple photos, including the ones with her real-life partner Drake Moreau. Some of the photos also featured Morgan, who commented with a 3-word message. Check out a screen grab of Morgan's Instagram comment. This past Monday on Raw, Morgan returned to singles action for the first time since returning to WWE. She faced Lyra Valkyria in a one-on-one match and was accompanied to the ring by Perez. The prodigy found herself in a brawl with Bayley, who was in Valkyria's corner, but that didn't prevent Morgan from picking up the win. Liv Morgan commented on her return and low-blowing John Cena. Liv Morgan returned at the Survivor Series Premium Live event and cost John Cena the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Cena was in action against Dominic Mysterio, whom he had previously dethroned, to win the title. Speaking on What's Your Story? With Stephanie McMahon, Morgan opened up about her exchange with Cena. She said, "Never in my life would I have thought that. I would have a moment where I am jumping into John Cena's open arms, wrapping myself around him while I have a boyfriend." That's what was so funny to me, because everyone was like, she turned on Dominic, shocking. But okay, and she is looking at John Cena weird. This was the part where people weren't understanding. They weren't getting it. They were like, what is she doing? Why is she smiling at him? Morgan and Perez could continue working as a team, while Raquel Rodriguez has her sights set on the Women's World Championship. Liv Morgan says her arrest turned into a meet and greet with cops. Liv Morgan was arrested on December 14th, 2023, and charged with possession of synthetic cannabinoid and possession of cannabis, 20 grams or less. The first charge was later dropped, while the second charge was transferred to another court before being closed. Morgan's attorney entered a plea of nolo contendere in regard to the second charge. Speaking to Stephanie McMahon on What's Your Story, Liv recalled the night of her arrest. She said she was being compliant with the arrest and orders, but things changed when they learned who she was. "I would never be like, I'm Liv Morgan. I'm from WWE. That's not my style. I wouldn't even think that." He looks in my car and finds all my WWE shit, and the complete vibe changes. Now they're like apologizing to me. Now it's too far in the process where they have to arrest me. What the body camera didn't pick up is 3 cop cars pull up as I'm in the back seat and I'm doing a meet and greet. I'm like handcuffed and they're like, "Liv, is work going to be mad?" Yeah, they are." "They're taking photos," recalled Morgan. Morgan said that her journal was read during the arrest as well. Previously speaking about her arrest, Morgan said that she thought it would ruin her career. Elsewhere during the interview, Morgan explained why she's still called Oprah at the WWE Performance Center